you like what you see, then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too. And if you love to TradingView, leave a comment down below. I like radar crypto. I like radar crypto. I like radar crypto. Radar.
Her hips ignite. I'm trading sad instead of holding tight. Date nights, cash, I roll the dice. Crypto fever's my vice. Ooh, I crave your heat, not blockchain's tease. Ooh, sugar and sats, don't cut me please. Yeah, yeah. In my game ignite. Groove shakes me day and night. Her eyes blaze through the candle glow. I chase 'em, moon, let her savings go. Dinner's tout, my wallet's bled. Bull run till she's off to bed. Ooh, I crave your heat, not blockchain's tease. Ooh, sugar and sats, don't cut me please. Yeah, yeah. Fires in my game ignite. Groove shakes me day and night. Woo. Lost my match, yeah. In the digital realm where the pixels dance, I'm the trader, the player, the main chance. On the charts, I see the signs, the patterns, trend lines, candlesticks, the market's own tattoos. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market I navigate. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market I navigate. In the chaos, I find the signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market I go. the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. In the chaos, I find a signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market, I glow. There's a screen glow in the midnight. Graphs crash down like shattered stars. Wallets bleeding and hope fading. Counting losses.
It's time for the ringing of the cowbell. The ringing of the cowbell is now completed. There's a bonus ring. Thank you, Sean, for the bonus ring. That's enough bonus ring, Sean. That's enough. Can't have too much cowbell. Be that as it may, we must now continue. For those of you guys that have not ever been here to this channel before, be prepared to be surprised. You've never seen a talking turkey talking about crypto. Turkey talking crypto is about to commence here. Didn't want you to be surprised. It is a turkey. Sometimes it's a zombie. You can find anything here on the Road Dog Crypto channel. Get ready to be amazed.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Things are a little bit different. I've got stream elements. This changed everything up, and I'm trying to get used to this. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you. So I might be a little bit off my game here as far as navigating this stream, but I think I can actually see the chats a little quicker there. Welcome to stream, everybody. So here I am on the 15-minute chart. Kind of an interesting day for Bitcoin, I must say. She was down in the dumps here. A lot of people, I'm assuming, were trying to short that support area there, calling for down to areas in 70s with the little bull flags or bear flags or whatever you might have. That seems to be the norm that you get there. You get those ideas, and just to, you know, I mean, that's logical. You can do that. That's totally. This definitely does resemble and look like a bear pennant. The only thing about it, you know, you take that big ass measure move there, and it's like we're going to the downside. I mean, maybe, you know, it could. I mean, shoot, we might be still going down there if we don't ever get a higher high. But gosh darn it, man, 78,000. That number is on my that's on my radar. But we got some good things going on here now too that we need to talk about. Most notably, finding some support here at that 618 Fibonacci. Kind of throws a little kink in the whole bear flag scenario, don't it? Or pennant. I'm sorry, that's a pennant. But technically, that's what, if you're trying to play that idea, that's what you'd be looking for. For me, you know, I just like to back up and see where we came from, and you know, we had this kind of thing going on, and yeah, measure move too. We didn't hit it either, though. It was close. That would be going from, you know, pretty much the width here and taking it down here, and it points us down to about 79. But we didn't go there because, you know, these guys, I found they only need about 50%, about 45%, I think, is what one measurement was of the measure move. Wow, what would that be? So you'd be about halfway here. I like to take the fib. It's an easy way to do that. Pull that up to that 0.5 area, and that's right around where we are. See, these guys, the megaphone patterns, when they break to the bears, they're not that bad, really, in most cases. You don't usually see the full run of your measure move. Just in case you guys didn't know that, I'm just throwing that out there for you. So might we have found some support here and not go down? Possible. We've got a 618 Fibonacci pulled from this low over here. That's behind my chicken head, my turkey head. I'm a turkey, not a chicken. Don't get it twisted. Identity politics is a big thing here when it comes to being a turkey or a chicken. That's the chicken, my little side chick. I'm the turkey, okay? My pronouns are extra crispy. All right. So All right, so let's get back to the nonsense we're on. A local pattern is, I mean, you can see all kinds of things here, but that's what we got when we connect the dots. This is I'm a little bit of a broadening kind of broadening wedge, or a bearish megaphone. Bearish. And we broke to the downside, we did. But the big thing was the 618 Fibonacci support that we've been bouncing off this guy 3 times so far. Then one time and came back this time and bounced right about the same, just a little lower, came back and got it again. And lucky it's still stuck. Now, if we keep testing it, eventually she's going to give way. Eventually they'll get tired and just go and send us on down if we keep testing with her. But we might not do that. I was very pleased to see the moving averages start to flip around a little bit and show some bullishness. Now, I was watching on the smaller time frames. I usually watch things on the 6 minute. This was no good. This was no good, seeing the 360. But what was cool is that now we have I got a 600 and something moving average, and she's floating above the 800, and that gives me some hope. I think we can come up and test these little guys. I don't know if we'll get past them, but even if we, but it's a little more hope than not that we can. Hopefully we do. If we can make a higher high here and bouncing off this 618, I mean, that's hopeful. But also do remember, this is Thursday night, which means in a couple of hours it is Friday. Which what happens on Friday in this market? Yeah, the market maker is they'll park us somewhere. Now, if I had to guess, and I had to make a prediction, and you know what? I think we're going to make a prediction. You guys want to make a prediction? Let's make a prediction about what might be happening, because I think this is kind of an easy one to go. But anyway, let's get in the mood for it. We need that predictive kind of vibe if we're going to look into the future of tomorrow. Sean, can you find the right screen, please? Oh my gosh, this would be a great place for a show.
For those of you that got hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Since we're getting all freaky predictive, we're going to bring out the old voodoo face here. Yeah, where we really started. So here's what I think. Here is my prediction here. Market makers are going to get us to a point where we just don't know what we're going to do on the weekend. It's a make or break moment, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. And what my prediction is can we get to the 1 hour? Yeah. I think we're going to bounce off this 618. It makes a nice place for a possible double bottom scenario. But what I think that they will do is get us excited tomorrow. Oh man, because we're already above what, 80. We were above 83,000. It was starting to look good. We're playing around right now. I think they park us right up here at this trend line. Maybe just a wee bit above it. I don't know. I think we're headed maybe right up here about 85.3. That's just me eyeballing it. Let's see if we can pull out a magical Fibonacci area. Let's go with the 84. That's 84.8 though. Well, that's right underneath there, and they can just trail us right along. Oh, we're getting ready to flag and break out. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but they like to get us in an area that we just don't know. And then they can surprise us and dump us on Sundays a lot of times, or Monday, or you know how they're doing. They're Sundays can be one of the worst days to look at your portfolio, because it seems like they just really like to dump it and get you to that point. Well, if I don't do something, it's going to get worse tomorrow, because tomorrow's Monday, and you know what they do on Monday. You can get those thoughts going through your head and stuff. And so the best thing I think is take some profits on some altcoins, definitely, if we go up through here. I don't think we're going to break out just yet, but I don't know. We're holding off this area, so that's good. Now, we did not make a higher high. We technically made a lower high here, but we've got a good chance maybe to make a higher high this coming week and actually break up here around 89,000. I think we have a chance to. We still have this area under here, however you want to draw it. I think coming through here, this really kind of nailed it. Oh, did we miss a line? I'm going to go from this guy over here, kind of roughly get our angles here. I'm going to, what, the 1 hour? Well, I should have a candle body there. We'll just go from candle bodies. That's the rule we tried to stick with around here. And right there's candle bodies. And when we do that to me is the trend line that we're following, and that's the one we found some resistance on. It kind of goes right up there to that. So to me, that's the workable trend line to be going with. That kind of tells me, along with this one. So we might be able to come right up against it. Now maybe we'd be, and where could we go? Would you'd be just right there higher, 89, right at to 90, 89,400, 89,500, maybe. That would be kind of cool. That's not like tomorrow or anything. Tomorrow, I think they'll just kind of park us over here, just right under. See, they broke us out. And even here on the 1 hour, we got some confirmation candles there. They were kind of lackluster for those confirmation candles. That one looked kind of nice, so that would have been the confirmation. People go to buy the breakout, and this is where people get sick of being breakout traders. When you're a pattern trader, that's the first thing they teach is to be a breakout trader, right? And you buy the breakout, and then they pull this crap on you, and then you yell at the person that told you to buy the breakout. You suck. But that's the rule. And once you get tired of going through all of that, it doesn't happen every time, but it happens more than you want to. You end up getting stopped out and losing your 2-3% if you're playing by the rules on all that stuff, which is what we talked about in chart school tonight. That's a good thing to keep more in the forefront in your mind. So once you get tired of those, what I did is I started being a bottom feeder. So I started looking for support areas, and if I was trading a pattern, I'd be looking at the bottoms of the patterns. And Thomas Bukowski kind of likes that too, to buy like the third dip. That's one of his rules. I don't know if we ever talked about that. He thinks that if you're, especially like a falling wedge and falling channels and things like that, then you can go for that little third dip. That's usually a good one. Kind of goes in line with the Elliot's little wild ride there too. What are you doing right? I'm just drawing all kinds of. You can see all kinds of patterns. You can. There's all kinds of little patterns here, and it just depending on how you. But the best patterns are the ones that you zoom out. I can't overemphasize that. I don't think enough people do. The best patterns are the ones you zoom out on, and that's what we're working with. And don't forget to play by this one's rule, since it kind of trumps everything else. Even if you look at it as the falling wedgie from going this way. I said, even if you look at it as the falling wedgie going over this way, doing that thing, you still got rules for these bigger ideas, right? And so when you start zooming in, yeah, you can start seeing lots of little patterns to trade there. There's little M's, there's channels. I would recommend channels and triangles to kind of, as your basic shapes, to narrow things down. It seems to make things easier, and triangles can come in lots of different shapes. But if you zoom out and connect your dots, they start revealing themselves. Some of the bigger ones, the patterns inside, and I mean, you can make this just convoluted as you wanted to. If you ever seen some of the morning people, they get on some of these little kicks, and they're just calling things willy-nilly sometimes. But inverted head and shoulders, that's passable, and it's at the place where it needs to be at support. So yeah, you got that little. Yeah, that's starting to become a meme now, because you don't always get that in everything, and not everything is an inverted head and shoulders. If you don't have a neckline, a solid line that connects these three little guys, it is probably not one. And then there's an invalidation point with this one, almost invalidated, but it didn't. It came back, and then she played out. That was over. Best thing is trend lines, in my personal opinion. and you're following the trend line when she goes up and following it when she goes down, and connect the dots, you can see, oh man, there's a pattern there. This is a bearish megaphone, and it broke to the downside. But some people, instead of even doing that, they just want to, if it works for you, fine, but not everything's a flag. But I'm sure some people have seen some people, the first instinct, the first thing they do is look for a flag. But if you're always looking for a flag, you're going to find lots of disappointments. It usually turns into something else, and they find, oh, and then it's a bigger flag. Oh, well, we'll make this a flag too, and you can try. I mean, backtest that idea. That's what I'm going to tell you. I mean, how many authentic flags do you see there? Well, that one. I'm sure it was probably called, well, that one, with this one, with that one, with this one. But zooming out, I find, really helps if you're trying to go with patterns and trend lines and things like that. That's just my 2 cents worth. Fibonacci's that's the real enticer, I think. That's the one that really, that was a real game changer. Actually started understanding fibs better and how to apply them better. And so here at the 618 Fibonacci, that gives us hope that we can get up there. So that's just my warning. It's the same thing. And if we get a pump on the weekend, that's a good time to be taking profits right now. In my personal opinion, as long as we see that Bitcoin dominance is going up like it is right here by my dancing girl there. You guys missing the turkey? We got 25 people hanging out here. This is what pre-turkey looked like. But turkey time! Oh my gosh, I'm golden brown. Look at me. I got too much color. Oh, that's a little bit. Hey, take my hat off. So, ladies and gentlemen, and we lost some areas on total 3, so altcoins are suffering. But do you see this line I got? That's a trend line. Trend line. We did break out of it. It's like, oh man, awesome. We were holding against this red trend line here. We should probably go to the big chart, but it'll look different. That's why I keep going back to that one. It's just it's the same chart, but it's not the same chart. You feel me? That's odd, but that seems to be what it's doing. Anyway. This is you, right? Total. Yeah, that's you. All right, so we're looking at this idea too on this bigger chart. Main trend line, secondary trend line that's coming up, giving us a slight angle. That clue came in here with this higher low, gave us these kind of angles to play with. And I'm not sure if I got you totally nailed in there just perfect, but we're getting close enough. I like to do it manually. I'm stubborn that way. And so this is an area, Fibonacci area, also we're looking for possible bounce. A lot of little signs saying that, hey man, we can catch some support here. And we may come back and test that a little bit this weekend. We do have some bearish signs here too. Overall, the momentum's good, but it doesn't mean that we can't see lower lows as far as altcoins go. They're on shaky ground here, but I think we're getting close. Not real close. But maybe in the next week or so, close kind of, I'm looking for some leveling out, some rounding outs here on some of these altcoins, and there might be some good ones to look at. Maybe, I don't know. We'll keep our eye out. Find some good setups and whatever, but right now she's showing a little rejection. We don't want to just catch these falling knives, or you might get a little bloody. Altcoins that look like they're coming to an interesting place, though, in my personal opinion. Bitcoin dominance, this one. That's the little culprit we got going on. Now she can go up a little bit, and it looks like, how many days could we go? How many days would that be? Let's check her out here. That's a good, about another week, another 5-7 days. If we just anticipate, well, this angle that we're on, maybe another 7-8 days there of up and not necessarily hurt for altcoins, but it doesn't help them very much. Okay, depends on what Bitcoin does too. Bitcoin's going down when the sucker's going up, then altcoins ain't going to like it a dang bit. But if Bitcoin just kind of levels out, we can probably be okay. But when she gets up here, what I would like to see is we get up to this area and get rejected off of this makeshift trend line that we got, this channel we've been in, it makes sense that we could. If we do, in a week or so from now, that could be a nice little rally or turnaround point for altcoins. That would be a time to actually look for maybe to get in a position of altcoins, whether you want to do it Bitcoin or against the dollar. In my personal opinion, planning out ahead of time for what might be happening about a week from now with altcoins, it looks like it might be a good idea. Possible. And if we got fortunate enough to break this trend line, that could turn into a nice altcoin rally, but I don't want to go there. You'll get enough of those theories here as soon as we get the first green day in altcoins. That's the man. I'm like, every week I see a very good analyst. I'm not going to mention any names. I do like this one a lot because he's really good at what he does. But it's like every week he's just excited to go in on altcoins, man. And I'm like, oh man, dude, are you sure? Are you sure? Well, yes, I know it's right in the corner. And I'm like, and it's like, there's always another point in the week. He's like, it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. You got to take the chin. You know, I'm not giving up. But then there's also that next excited day for a possible altcoin season or a run. I don't know. I don't think it's just right time. But there are some good deals out there for the slow accumulators out there. You guys are the smarter people in the bunch. I really do believe you play that game right and you'll do just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat, make sure that my microphone is on and everything. All that good stuff. Say hello to you guys. See, I moved everything around. Let me bring the chat over here. So we got Strega. Strega was here first. My man. Congratulations. I'd like to give hand clappies to the first persons. We got EW is here second. Duality C. Ave Medina. 3 is the magic number. Talking about the thumbnail girl. She got blood on her face, but it makes her much more attractive. I don't have a good way to bring up my thumbnail. Or I would do it. Let's say we got Sin. Sin's in the house, and we got Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you, my man. Fellow YouTuber, go check him out. Do we have I don't have, does that work now? I've got stream elements now. I don't think that's it. I got stream elements now, so there's some way to do that little, I don't know, whatever they do that throws up stuff. I don't know how that stuff works yet. I'm trying something new. We got Grimmer. Crypto Frontier. Liquidation day was epic, wasn't it? No, wasn't it? Glitter Marshmallow says, I love the crypto trader cheat sheet. Put thanks in his. Did it? Okay, cool. And that's I never posted it back over there. I'll try to remember to do that. It's posted over there in student charts in the file sections or whatever. And I think I may even have those pinned up there. I may have those pinned to make them easier to find. But I'll probably throw them over there again. We got Sicario. Ooh, I love the crystal ball. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. Oh my God, the voodoo dolls! My dream is coming true. That was me for the longest time, and then somehow I got voted to be a turkey. And it made more people come, and still more people are here than when I was a voodoo doll. So I'm largely a turkey now. Hey. But we did have a strong gothic vibe going on here. I'm just saying. Not anymore. Hey. Seen some of the old faces. Some of them are. I have to have different settings to use, right? But there's this guy. I think I can use this guy here. Oh, this guy, of course. Gotta let the old hair come out, you know. So yeah, this was the old road dog here. Well, you're not the right one. You're not the one I was looking for. Lots of different looks over here. Oh, Edward's not working, is he? So I used to have a lot more fun with these, but the turkey just kind of took it. How about this one? That'll steal your girlfriend. And I guess we're back to the turkey. Yeah! This one seems to get the, I guess not be as shocking. Scario says Stragan's balls are bigger than mine. What did I walk in on? Oh, that's what he said. R.S. Miller said, oh, what did I walk into? That's exactly what I thought too, my man. Great minds think alike. EW, I think it's showing tail day, and most of us came up short, sounds like. I didn't make any major gains or anything. I didn't have any major plays going on, but managing my account and everything, my account's in pretty nice standing right now. Doesn't mean it's going up, but it means I'm situated well to where I can take. I'm ready for what the market brings in most of the cases. A few of those altcoins still need a little help, but they're starting to look okay. Ars Miller says, love the outfit. Thank you, my man. A little glittery today. Crypto Frontier says, pump it. Pump it. We need to pump it. Rogue Glide, what's up? I'm going to catch up with my chat here soon in a minute. Bass Crouton, are you on Discord yet? No, I'm not, because I'm kind of a boomer. Now, Telegram, we have Telegram. But we got so much going on over here on Telegram, I don't see a reason to have that. I mean, we got... oh, look, this glittery marshmallow taking notes from charts. Cool. Wow. WD Gann stuff. Ooh, yeah. Nice. That is cool. You're going to kill it. That's what you got to do to get this game down, is just, apply yourself like that, and it will come. It will. And you will get these aha moments, and things will just click, and it makes sense now. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. Just keep hanging out. Hang out. Hang out. It'll come. But over here we got all the stuff, student chart areas, trade setup areas, and all this. So I'm kind of set in on Telegram, and I'm used to Telegram, and I like Telegram. Once you learn how to use folders and just put everything in a folder, makes life a lot easier. And so now I'm not on Discord. To make a long story short, a short story long. And we got cowbells thanks to Joe, and also for you guys, because you're basically the 1% that keep this channel going. You guys. Hey, there's Nazarite. How's it going? Give me the seasoned turkey back. Too much color. How's it going, Nazarite? Good to see you. All right. So here we are. This is Bitcoin dominance. Breaking areas here. She's moving up, and that's good for Bitcoin overall. And usually we'll see Bitcoin go right with it, but when it doesn't, man, it sucks for altcoins so bad. No bueno for altcoins there. But we got some. They're doing a little bit. They're giving some gains. We're getting some more gains back. We're not down as much. We were down 5-6%. And now it's like we're starting to level out a little bit on some of these. So anyway, there's a few little coins I'm going to take a look at that seem to be trending and supposed to be showing some bullish signals. Now, I don't know anything about them. They would probably be for any kind of short trade. I don't even know where you could find them. We're just going to look at them. Venom is one of them. This is coming from... well, let me be transparent in all this. This is coming from over here, best performing bullish signals. I want to take a look at them. And we got, I don't know what Saros is, but Venom, Fun Token. We're going to take a look at those real quick. See if there's anything there that's worth looking at. And this is the daily. This is what you're calling the, I mean, yeah, it's bullish. But not jump in and buy bullish. That's like, ooh, you too hot. It's too hot. That one's a little hot right there. That's a little steamy. That's a little too much right there. That's what I find with Tokenmetrics and a lot of these little things. When something's, I guess best performing. I'm just going to have to read that as being too hot. A lot of times when you see something that goes bullish over here, and when you go look, or when I go look, it's usually not where I want to jump in. It's at kind of an area of resistance where they've already taken off there. I just find that a lot. Ooh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That little fire girl. We had to get her off. Oh, there's the turkey. We had a short right there. So Venom looks a little bit too hot to miss. What is Saros? That's too hot. This is the daily chart here, by the way. Have I looked at this? Have I looked at this before? I don't remember looking at this one before. She's at a 618. She's at what, 11 cents? I can see her coming back to around 8 to 9 cents there. She's ready for her correction, I believe, but looking good. I mean, this is a start, right? Let's see what Saros is. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of you. What are you, Saros? Bybit's gotcha. Whoa! Dang! That's a hell no. That's a short maybe. Ooh. You're not on COINEX though, are you? That looks like a. You know what happens when they do this, right? Yeah, they give it and then they go down and sideways. All right, my nose is itching and I don't want to scratch it. You don't have a nose. You don't have a pecker. I'm very sensitive about that shot. Just because it's so small and you can't see it don't mean it don't itch. Anyway, wow, look at that boner. That's wow. I mean, let's just put you on the weekly. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. What the hell is this? Saros, why was I not in this, like why didn't we get in this in February here at 1.2 cents? Oh my goodness. That is a 10x right there. It took it a while, but my goodness, what the hell is this? I gotta find out what it is. And there's no way to get in it right now, but what goes up comes down, baby. It's on Solana. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Okay. So, can you short on Radium? It's on Radium. I wonder, can they short on Jupiter on this? Is that how you play it? This one looks totally different, but it's still at 12 cents, so. I found this one interesting after seeing this for a short. I'm just saying. She cannot keep this up. That's 1, 2. Is that the third, fourth, fifth? This is crazy. And Elliot thinks she has. Elliot, you think he has one more wave? You're kidding me. For real? Elliot thinks she can go to 16, 18, or even up to almost 22 cents there. I would not jump in on this little sucker right now. That would be hella risky, but she got a trend line. If I were going to try to play it, I would try to find it close to this trend line so I could set a tight stop loss. That let's just. All right, so Tokenmetrics gave us best performing bull signals. I guess that's not something like, hey man, check this out, it looks like it's going to be cool. It's just like, hey, look at the ones that already shot off that you missed out on. That's what this means, I guess. So maybe we should look at the ones recently turned bearish and see what they say. Let's try. How about Telos? We looked at that recently. Super, that one's kind of a hot one. And banana, I've got some banana that I'm just holding. Oh snap, she's down an area of support here, looks like. Elliot, what are you saying, man? Why are you still on my screen, Elliot? Elliot says she's doing her ABC correction there. You know, in general, It's a rule of thumb, everybody. It's a rule of thumb. It's my cliff notes for Elliott Wave. It's my little cheat sheet for Elliott Wave, and it's not perfect, but we follow trend lines. That's what I do, and I try to actually look for actual touches. But if nothing else, even if you gotta zoom out and squint your eyes just a little bit, if you can see 3 humps. There's the 1 hump, there's a 2 hump, there's a 3 hump, there's a bonus if you want to count that, or you want to count it all. 3 little levels, kind of looking for 3 levels on a move, and then a two-part breakdown. That's just kind of what we're looking for. 3 humps and a dump is what I call it. And the opposite of that is 3 dumps and a pump. See how that worked? Yes, we rhyme in both directions on this channel. Fear the Crab Cat. Okay, so banana 16. That's cool. I mean, a lot of people be scared of it right now. I'm not so scared of you right now. I think it looks interesting, even if you do come down here to $14, $13.87 on a technicality. It could happen. It could also not happen, but it could still happen. She does need to show some more signs of bullishness. She needs to start. It could happen. I'm just saying. But this is a good area, I think, because this little sucker likes to go up to some higher numbers. She was hanging out anywhere from $40 to even up to $70. Can probably go up there again, in my personal opinion. So I guess we got to look at the crap ones over here and say, hey man, those are the ones that might be worth looking at. The ones that recently turned bearish or whatever, because the ones that are bullish are too bullish. So we're in our little area of accumulation possibly, or we go down to 0. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pardon me for 1 second. I've got to go talk to Sean.
He's lying. He's lying through his teeth, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't got nothing to say to me.
Is our mic still? Our mic is still on. I'm back. We are back. It's just feeling a little drippy. A little drippy. We have a drippy pecker on a turkey. Turkeys have peckers, but mine is so small that you can't see it. See? Do you see a peck? Yeah. I gotta look close. It's right. Are you trying to look at my pecker for real? You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway. Back to the charts here, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we came here for, right? Charts. Let me check to the chat. What are you guys up to here? What you guys doing? Y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all ain't said nothing new here whatsoever. Not a dang thing. My chat rate just went to 0. You guys quit chatting. What? So there's some new emojis thanks to Joe. Appreciate that, Joe. The cowbell is available now. Hey, Banana Gun, are you, we're gonna possible. I likes it. I likes it. I'm interested in, I like this one. I've already got some, but I could add to my bags. I like this idea too. We're out of a channel. I had a lackluster breakout. Riding the leg of that channel and even lost a little air. She can come down a wee bit more, but I would put this one on my radar. I'm just saying, maybe not now, but maybe soon. Maybe soon. Well, let's take a look at Pepe, since it was on that crap list too. Apparently, let's go over here to crypto. Mixed C is probably no, not futures. We want spot. They start with spot. Usually. And I don't know what this is. way back in the day. Ooh, look at Peppy. She's down to 66.91. Hadn't been here in a minute. Well, at least not since September. So December was the time to just bail the heck out of Peppy. That was Peppy's all-time high right there. That was amazing, Peppy. That's the biggest Peppy had ever been. Before that, these were great plays. A lot of people made a lot of money over here, and I'm sure a lot of people should have made a lot of money there. I guess the Peppy shorters, if there's anybody that was able to hold that little sucker down, and I doubt anybody did. It's hard to do that. It's hard to take a trade. It looks so easy in retrospect. Well, all you gotta do is just short right here, and you just write it down, cash out right here, and there you go. Give me my $99, please. It's easy to look at and then go back and say and see what you should have done. It's hard as hell to do it as this price is unfolding. Look, it's going to go up to our all new high, or get stopped out, or you do a trailing stop, and you don't. I mean, to make that play, I would call them a master trader. Somebody that pulled that off. I would have to call them a master trader. Somebody that actually was sold the top and or shorted the top and took profits down here. I don't think there's anybody alive that probably did that, though, just to be honest with you. Maybe there is. But you got a lot of people tell you just how easy it was. You could have done it here, you could have done it here. So you got various divergence here and blah, blah here, and the shoulder head and whatever, and just put it short. It's easy peasy. $99, please. All right. I like the rounding out that we got here. I don't like us being below that trend line. That kind of sucks, but this has got me interested right here. Just a little dang thing, but an angle. Nothing wrong with a little angle to your dangles. But fibs would be the way to go on this one. In my personal opinion, the fibs. We're going to do the fibbers. Are you at a decent area, baby? Are you at a cool area? You touched one of my tickle sweet spot babies. You sure did. Oh, you touched two of my little tickle spots. So there might be something. It's a little too preemptive to say, just to be honest with you. Looking right back here, also don't fade the previous support and resistance areas, and we're definitely at bottom areas we've been at before for Peppy. Well, if you're going to take a wild ass trial, I'm seeing opportunities for possible DCA would be the best thing to do over here. She's still bearish. She made a lower high. You still got this upward channel, if you want to look at it that way, which we barely retested that area. Probably have met the measure move for all of that. This is where we could take our fibs and get an idea if we are at a support area. It looks like we're near a 618, and yeah, we are. We're a little bit below it by what I got, so we need to fight and regain it, and we could come down just because we're struggling with it, and things could get a little crazy on the weekend. I don't expect us to pump on the weekend. We might. I wouldn't be disappointed with it. I don't think we'll get the 886 retracement, but this area 0.00, well, it's 6181 is what I saw. This or 61. We're at 66.9. We might take, ABC correction. We got 3 humps and then a ABC. It could be down here before we snap out of this. You got any most divergence going on there? You got a little bit. Still think she can come down here before she does anything. I would be looking, nibble on Peppy when she's cheap like this. And what if she gets back up to these areas? What if? I mean, if we're going to go with meme coins or something like that, Pepe is definitely a proven one. And I wonder what the market cap is now on this little guy. Coming back, oh, these fibs are lining up really nice, making me think maybe bottom be in. That's just a little tip. How nice that they're lining up makes me think that it could be. So for her to come back up to our 236 Fibonacci area, as every good coin should do when they're exiting out of their little accumulation stage, which is what I would consider this right here. Maybe from where you are, I can't help it. I got a DGen in. I got to throw my $1,000 into Pepe now. I can't wait for 61. Let's do it now. Take a chance. I hope you're not that person, but if you are and you like it, there could be 63% gains to get back to the area that we need to test it, just to prove that, hey man, we are a viable coin. We're trying to do something. She does have a resistance up above that, but it might be getting into some good areas to where you could do a moon bag, right? That's what I would be looking for. We talked about that in chart school tonight with some of these altcoins, because they gave up all their gains and now we're back in the juicy. This is where the whales like to buy things and accumulate things, is back at these bottom areas. And so even if we hadn't got the full bottom yet, we are so close. This is accumulation area. And so your altcoin whales are out there strategizing. The position traders, they're out there saying, I want to make sure that I'm building a little bag of this right now, so that when we pump it back up again for its final time, I guess, we can just take profits all along the way. And I don't know if she's going to make a higher high. This depends on how crazy the end of this market gets. And it's been I don't know. I kind of go into these altcoins not expecting much anymore, and maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised, and maybe they will make higher highs, or maybe they'll only come up half to the high. Maybe that was as high as they got. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, there's lots of profit to be taken here, in my personal opinion, on a lot of these guys. Since we're back in bottom areas, you just gotta pick your coin. What coin you going to go with? It's got some promise. Uh-oh, RS Miller says I'm buying Pepe. It's not. It's actually at a decent. Let's zoom out. Let's make sure we zoom out. She's at a decent price. Not where she was down here though. Sometimes, I mean, these numbers, I like these numbers here, and I'm trying to remember when I saw them, make sure that, how many zeros did we have there? Am I thinking about anything else before a zero? Oh, that's you with that zero in it. Oh, it wasn't that cheap. When was this? 24. Yeah, before last spring. Before last spring, that's when it really went up there, right? Let me take a quick fib. Did we not? I thought we did. Did we not do that? From this low up to here and see what we got. 786 area. I can go all the way to as low as I can see here. Okay, that's cool. That's a nice little area for us to catch here. We can cross our fingers it'll stick. If it does stick, we're kind of cool, and then we're kind of back where we were in August before December. And what was the gains there? They did almost a 3x. I don't know if we'll get that now. We got some resistance to go through, but there could be something. And eventually, if we might be looking, do we have any ideas there? Yeah, I'm not sold on that idea. We'll have resistance on this trend line, so I don't get too crazy, but between 11 and 14 is kind of the trajectory that we can see up through here. What was the other one? Super was the other one that was kind of, I think, on the downside. And so I look for the ones that are on the downside. Nobody has, oh no, it's not. Nobody wants to touch them right now. Oh, look at the big, could that be an M pattern? Are you going to take a measure move and go to sub-zero? Oh, say it's not so. That looks like some freaky harmonic. Man, I don't know about this one. If that's one of them crazy harmonics, she might be coming all the way back down to zero here, and that's about a 50% drop. She just hadn't made it there yet. And this could be one here too. She's at a nice little bounce area. What you got for me? What's a nice little 786er? And from this big, okay. This is not what I do, but sometimes. I don't know. I'm not expert at that. But I did see the certain fibs in the connections there. I'm still working on those. My fib things overlap with those harmonic ideas, and I find it fascinating. But we do have a broken trend line, and it will be just like the one we looked at. It's going to be some resistance up there. So I can see a possible moonback scenario as we kind of 2x our way back up to this area about, was it 12,414, and we're at 5688. That's about pretty much a 2x to get there. Still not sold at the greatest play. She could still come down or bottom out here. This one to put on your radar. I'm not excited about it. I think we already looked at banana. We looked at Peppy. Telos, we looked at that recently, and now that's one that's come on now. Telos. So kind of monitoring this one. Let's see if it can go to 14 cents, maybe back up to 18 cents. She's at 9 cents. This one's kind of an interesting coin, and Jim, I don't think he's here tonight, but he's one that was mentioning it. Maybe. Alright guys, let's see, we've been going for almost an hour. That's almost a perfect time for a stream to kind of wrap up, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at what we got going on over here with our markets for the day. And now we've just a mix of Jupiter, man. Jupiter, what the hell, Jupiter? What the? There's like a train wreck over here. What the hell? Do we have one that's got a bigger mix C? No, it's about the same. But it's a clean chart. Let's go with this one. Oh, dang. Dang. Dang, Jupiter. You better do a bear trap or something here. That not looking healthy, and I got some of you, and now I'm getting pissed. What up with you, Jupiter? So either this one's just going to rug pull us and die. It shouldn't. It's an exchange coin, right? It's got a use case. I don't know what the news is on it or anything, but well, it must have some bad sentiment for some reason for it to go lower than it's ever been there. Can only low at 35. Are you ready to stop the bleeding? This is going to be tricky. I got something. I'm not sure if it's what I'm looking for though. Are you a 618? Oh yes, baby. I think we might. There might be. We might be. We are at one of our. We're at one of our pivot points for that 618 right here. So hopefully, hopefully that's. I'm not saying that she's going to go to the moon and woo, we're good to go. but we might be. It's where I want to start looking for some signs that she's trying to turn around. We come down on the 4 hour, and it looks like boom. She's trying to put some. She did that over here too, but then lost it, right? And that turned out to be 1.272, which was another one target. This is the other second target. It seems to be doing what it's supposed to do for what I'm looking for. Moving averages all flipped bearish and fanned out. So this is, yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed that this might be a bottom for Jupiter. Doesn't mean that we won't come back and talk to 35, 36 cents again, you know, come up and come back down and do W pattern or something, some kind of bottom pattern. Doesn't mean we won't do that, but hopefully the bleeding has stopped for Jupiter is what I'm hoping for. So maybe that's some hopium. Let's say, oh, because my goodness, I think I got a liquidation thing of like 11 cents, and I'm starting to wonder if we're going to go there. The way this thing's been acting. So if Jupiter is at a potential area to bottom out, which it is, if you're a DGen, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, we don't do that, but my DGen's got a heart on. Right here on my nose. And boom. Also, confirmation here 1618 from this move. The Fibonacci's are liking it. The Fibonacci's are saying, yes, son, go ahead. And that's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say. Where could we come up to? What would be a good sign for a swing trade? Because this would make a cool little swing trade. And when we pull from high to low, we got some respect here on the 236, and that is something that I definitely look at. 57 cents from where we are now. What's the come up from there? What's the damage? 47%. Coming up to our next target of 71% with 71 cents would be 82% gains. It'll be a struggle up to here and to get past that, so we'd probably, probably ups and downs on the way anyway, but probably some strong resistance here. Right in moonbag territory, right beneath all this crap. Sweet. I kind of like it. What are you doing over here on the smaller ass time frames, Jupiter? You're also fanned out, starting to regain theirs. Dude, getting above your, what is the 200 moving average here on the 15 minute? She made a higher high than this, finally. Look at that. It's a uterus. Or upside down cowboy hat or something. It's a fat head with no shoulders. Inverted, hanging upside down. It can be a lot of things. It's also a support resistance horizontal area that we're trying to break up above, but just hadn't quite done it yet. It's also that. So we could easily come back down and make another big nipple. Or what? Well, I don't know. What do you think it was? Was this Adam? Was that Eve? Just, dude. If this is support and this is resistance, I don't even care if you get a crooked. I don't even care if you get a crooked. You got a little channel there. Not too far off from this other little channel that we were in, and see little things that's kind of going on. We kind of drop. The width of them varies, but you're still, these little areas level by level. Just some ideas. Just some ideas. A little bit of trend line. Well, you got some ideas, and going to the tops of them, and even if you cut through there, you can see we got some resistance ahead of us. Here, oh no, Jupiter. So it's not going to be just a fun out of the gate. We're going to shoot up to 71 cents or back to $1, and we could come down. Well, there's a lot of things that we can do, but it's looking pretty decent, just to be honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Derringer says, is Adam going to break out of his downtrend before I end up in a coffin? A mystery. She's an underperformer. I hate to say that. I like it. And I've had my bag for a long time, staking, a long time. And I'm cool with that because the airdrops that I got over the past cycle and a half, just by doing that, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Osmosis was I think the best one. Well, there was some I should have done something with, and that I didn't, that I still hold too. General consensus is, and what a lot of people do, unfortunately, they said do, when they get an airdrop, is they sell. And with Uniswap, a lot of people did that too, but then that one, that was a great airdrop. That one actually, she went up. And if you'd held on to that free airdrop, you would have been sitting really, really pretty. That was a nice one. Osmosis was a good one too. That one I still have too. Just put it to work in staking. That came from staking Atom. That airdrop. There's been others and everything, but as a general rule, most people, in hindsight, if you sell, you probably the best way to do airdrops. I look at all the airdrops I've got, and some that I've kept, and some of them I might have sold part of them, because that's also a kind of rule. If you don't know what to do, well, just split it down the middle. Sell half or sell a portion, and at least then you took some action. You're not going to say, oh, I wish I'd done this, or coulda, shoulda, done it. Or if it goes the other way, at least you only did half, right? And you're still got your other half. That's good. And that's just how I approach things now. Better than not doing anything, I guess. But it does seem in hindsight that selling them when you get them is probably the best, the smartest move. Depend on if you want a tax liability or not at that point in time. All right, so we were going to look at Atom before I started talking turkey. That's nice. I'm on the 15-minute chart. Let me zoom out. Man, I remember last bull run, Atom dropped down to $14. I think from 14, it dropped down to $8. And that was a juicy price to have gotten in on that second run up. And I remember missing out on that. And here it is, she was down $3, $4. Let's clear this. Let's zoom out. Oh, look, did you get hit? Several, I don't know. I don't know when I did all this. This is Atom on Finance, so this has got the best chart history, in my personal opinion. Short term, she looked like she was doing something there on the 15. I'm just kind of zooming out here, seeing where we are. She's a little bit lower than what I would like to have seen there, but so it looks like we're just in this long ass channel that has a little bit of a squeeze to it. Cool. Does that make it a falling wedge? Shallow falling wedge? She got up to about $44. She did that twice. Am I misthinking that? No, that's December 20. Yeah, it was, yeah. This is 2021. She got it with $32, then she dropped down here. Yeah, $7, $8, and that was such a juicy price because on that second leg up, when Bitcoin went up to 70,000 or whatever, yeah, she did another 4x. I mean, think about that. You could have gotten the Atom at the prices that it's basically at right now. If you played it perfectly, you could have done a 5x, and if you'd sold your position there, let's say you had $1,000 in it, and you could have got up, let's just call it 5,000. It's a little bit more, but you wouldn't have done it perfect, and probably wouldn't even get 5,000. But let's just say 4,000. We screwed up, and you didn't get out, or didn't quite get in at the right time, didn't quite get out, but we made 4,000 out of $1,000. Okay. And if you were disciplined and went, I want to wait till I get back in at a good price, and you didn't get it at 8 something, you got it here at, oh man, let's say you got it at 10. $4,000 worth at 10. And then you turn that $4,000 possibly into about 12,000. So from 1,000, if you played it, this is a way that you could possibly get from 1,000 to, you know, anywhere from 10,000 to 15,000, depends on how well you can execute it. But it's a lot easier to look at and say, yeah, just do this, than to actually play it out. Because you could be sitting here and say, yeah, man, just pull a fib and we'll get us a target up there. We'll go for that little fib target up here. We'll go for our 272 and 1414, baby. That's our sell zone. You can do all that and still screw it up on the way up, because that's just how this game works. Because in between this is only a weekly. And then in the nitty gritty, it's not like that. And you got a lot of stuff going on. You got the news, the FUD, the charts, and up, down, a good week, a bad week, and actually playing it out that way would hard as F to do. In real life. So I think you got to understand you're not going to play the market perfect as much as we'd love to, and as easy as it looks in hindsight to do. When you're right in the moment, when you're in the midst of the battles, baby, it's a little bit of a different story. But to answer your question, Jim, I think, yeah, what I saw in the smaller time frames, looks like we are getting some support in this area. And that looks like a nice little trend line to be bouncing. Probably we're at the bottoms of it. I like that. So maybe we're heading back to $12 over time, and I'm talking like looks on the trajectory that we're at. It may be summer before we get up there. Man, you got to do more. You got this. You better start working on this. You only got so much time to do this again. Altcoins, all altcoins. Jeez, it's starting to get hard for me to imagine how anything like this is going to happen again. Because we're basically here doing what we did over here, and like wind moon. Wind moon. Let's come down on the 4 hour. So she says right under our 236 area. These fibs look like they're working out pretty nice there. I likes it. So 508, we get past that and finally clear this area, and it looks like for pattern people, a complex inverted head and shoulder formation looks like what it's trying to do there. If that be true, then we would probably expect it to get rejected here a couple of times and then finally break out. She got at least 2 shoulders before she does this fat head, so at least another, in my opinion. They're not exactly symmetrical on both sides, but close enough that you don't want to pay attention to that. And maybe 615, but this is boring price action. We got to fight through all that. She's short term. I mean, she's got some work to be doing, but she's starting to do it. That's the good thing. And maybe we'll get a ribbon flip before too long, but it'll take a little while to build that up. So maybe before we have to pick out coffins, maybe she'll get up and do something. I don't know how long it's going to take her to get back to $12 though, but it's on the radar. Jim says we need stronger economic conditions for another environment like 2021. I don't even think 2021 was that good. 2017 was really that was the altcoin season that made millionaires there, and I don't think we'll see that again in altcoins because we're so saturated. But even with the Bitcoin run there from 3,000 to 18,000, that made a lot of people a lot of money back then. And then we look at going from 15,000 to 80,000, and it should have made us a lot of money too, but it doesn't feel like it made us as much. It doesn't. Well, of course, some other stuff happened with my Bitcoin there with these altcoins. So. Hey, there's So. How's it going? I think the idea of the halving might be over conditions right now, and so I don't think the halving is ever going to. That's never going to go away. It's always going to be dividing that output in half, and that's always going to shrink how much is available. So the 4-year cycle with the halving, it's always, in my opinion, going to have that burst up with a lack of supply being there. It just takes it a while to be felt. Now, I do think, you know, the cycles can, the bear markets might get shorter and not be as bad, and we start leveling out and eventually not seeing the volatility, and Bitcoin gets a little bit more boring, kind of like gold at some point. That's when we'll be just like, oh man, you know, hope we, you know, sit on those big Bitcoin bags that we've been piling up over the time, because it'd be hard as hell to pile them up then. That's kind of what I think would happen with this as it gets more adoption. Smaller, I think the 4-year cycle is there. We'll still see a reaction to it. It's just that, you know, the bull part might get longer and not as volatile, kind of a little bit more boring, and bear markets be a little bit shorter and a little bit more shallow. Let's see how it happens. That's just my prediction of it. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. 20 people, I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this stream early as 1 hour 16 sounds perfect. Let's go back to the smaller. I like to end on the smaller time frames with Bitcoin, just to keep track of what she's doing. She's lost 83,000, hasn't she? I think that we are still in. I still think they're gonna do us that way. Which chart were we looking at? Well, we'll look at a blank one. Sometimes that's the best ones. I like what I'm seeing here. I mean, even the 6 minute looks a little bit rough. Here on the 15, what I like here is that the 360 crossed over the 600. To me, that's a little hopium there. That the bigger moving averages are starting to move in a little bit more of a bullish way. That's on a smaller time frame, but that's what I'm seeing, enough that can take us into tomorrow. I personally think they might bump us up here tomorrow. We might come around close to 85 again, somewhere wherever our resistance area is, somewhere through here. And I think they'll try to park us there on Friday and leave it to us to see what kind of strength we have in the market on the weekend, and let the whales play their games, and they'll probably try to dump our asses again on Sunday. I think whatever they do on Friday, they'll probably try to do the opposite on Sunday. I don't know. I mean, technically we've not made our high here, but I think we're still working on it. But there's just volatility. I wouldn't, on the weekends are not really for chasing. Not really for chasing, in my opinion, but we'll see. Hang in there, guys. We'll look for some good trade setups, and if I come across anything, I'll post it over in the Telegram group as I go through charts and everything. Not expecting to find anything great, but if I do, I'll put it over there. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See ya tomorrow. Sean? Yeah, it was.
Digital whisper says hold tight, but I'm losing faith in the night. When moon crypto, when moon,
Joe, I forgot to ask, are you going live tonight? Jim says SPX futures heading down. Crime Friday is heating up. We didn't see that. Oh, are we almost to my little box? I gotta move that thing out of the way. We're at an area where I think we might catch a bounce tomorrow, and there's one area just a wee bit lower. I'd really like to see where we are tomorrow, but that would be a Friday. I don't know how that translates in on the regular markets there, but to me, I see a possible ABC correction here and a bounce somewhere, whether it's at 53 or 5400 or on down here to 5129. I did have a measure move from something. Is that right? No, I just moved that one out of the way. So I think, yeah, that's what I just moved it out of the way. We take it. That's just a standard one from that channel. So we already did that one, didn't we? And we're at the thicker one right there. I think we might see a little bit of a turnaround with SPX starting tomorrow. Just my take on it. Where'd my jag go? Dave says, late again. How's it going, Dave? There we go. 1%. Joe says he's not going tonight, but going tomorrow. Haha. Hey, glad to have you, man. Jim says, if we do a whippy bounce and rollover, I'm short everything. I'm just seeing an ABC correction. I mean, I know some other people are being bearish on it, and it's not my cup of tea. It's not what I normally do, but if we do an ABC correction there, if that's what's going on, and it's also if it's bouncing off that 382, that's really what I'm looking for. I want to see the reaction off that 382, and from everything else I've measured over on that, that could be a nice turnaround point for a strong. I mean, it'll recover and move stronger after this, in my personal opinion, if we get a bounce there. But we'll just have to see. I want to keep my eye on that tomorrow and see how it reacts there. But from what I see, it might be a more bullish day tomorrow. Bitcoin looks like it might want to be a little bit bullish tomorrow, a little bit, and I think the tech stocks there might too. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.